Alright, hello everyone. I'm on the 9.14 test server here. Just going to be trying a few things out to start the stream for tonight. Now, they changed the interface quite a bit, as you even see here with before the battle starts. Um, but a lot of what has changed comes in the form of not only motion physics, but also the audio in the game. As you see, you can hear a little bit. I do have the sound turned down a bit so you can hear my voice decently, but basically it feels like you're in the game a bit more. Let's get this mini map up, and they also have what many mods used to do: your maximum render range, your maximum view range, and your current view range. Hello, Motar. But really the big changes come as far as the mini map, but your view range being on the mini map, the sounds and motion physics. Essentially, they changed how your tank moves around, basically any kind of ground, but primarily stuff like hills and whatnot. Now, since it's the test server, it's going to be tons of premium rounds getting chucked around. But as far as the changes I've kind of seen so far, it seems like a step in the right direction to me. But you'll also notice you can hear sounds from a lot further away now as well. Stuff like bounces and shells being shot from a far distance, you'll also be able to hear. You can kind of tweak it in your settings. You can change it to where you're not going to really hear things from far away, but all in all, it is a pretty big change to the way you hear things from around the map. Hopefully the settings I have aren't really gonna mask my voice much, since they are kind of loud as far as what I'm hearing. Alright, buddy. I guess you're probably tracked here. I guess I should just be chucking premium rounds since everybody else will be, since test server, everything's kind of free in a way since you have so many credits, free experience at your disposal. But your tank noises, as far as the tracks, you hear it kind of clicking. They do change based off of what type of ground you're on, as far as what I can tell. As far as hello, Awan or Awan. But as far as how you get on the test server, Motar, you essentially, if your account isn't brand new, it has to be created at a certain date to actually get on it. But usually, if you've been playing since the last patch, you're pretty much set. On the official website, you will see 9.14 update notes, and there's a video for it as well. You just click there. There's a download link. You download that, and you're gonna put your regular login into the new client. Everything's separate from your normal account. No progress or game stats, anything. Nothing carries over. So feel free to test out pretty much anything. You get a crap ton of credits, crap ton of experience, and you just kind of play around with everything. Hello, Abdul. But really, it's just to test new things out. Unfortunately, couldn't really change too much, or not change, show too much as far as new motion physics, since really it's just a flat map. But as far as sound goes, it's a huge improvement over the sounds that haven't exactly changed too much in World of Tanks for quite some time here. But really, anybody who's been playing World of Tanks can log into the test server. Like I said, you just re-download the client, essentially. It's on the main web page. I think it's like the second or third article down. Unfortunately, all my tanks are kind of screwed up here as far as things being in order. But I will try to play a couple different tanks that I normally don't have on my regular account here. Just gonna kit them out really quickly here. Don't want to spend too much time kind of fiddling with stuff as far as equipment goes. I'm just gonna load things up real quickly and get into the battle. Yeah, it's the test server. Test server, pretty much everybody fires premium rounds, so it's not really considered something bad here. Let's just get that and pop back into a fight here. I'll probably kind of fiddle around on here for a little bit, see if I can show off a couple of the new things, and then I'll probably hop back over to my normal account after this. As far as the new security, like where you see security above else in the center, I don't particularly like that in the center of the teams to begin the match. Not that I haven't seen anything worthwhile, that's why I'm kind of commenting on that. But all in all, yeah, visually it's better in the game. The little tweaks, like they changed this down here and adding this stuff on the mini map. But really this patch is basically focused on little things and less about new tanks. There are quite a few new HD tanks. Probably the biggest changes are the T-28 prototype. That's going to be receiving a roof on it and a slight armor buff overall. And IS-6 is getting a pretty massive armor buff to it. But as far as you can hear, but although my sounds are pretty low as far as the tank moving, you don't really hear too much clicking since I'm on soft ground. But as far as physics go, not to screw things up here, since it is the test server, things aren't too different as far as things moving around, but your tank can flip over potentially. It's pretty hard to do it, but overall it's not that big of a difference. People are kind of freaking out that they don't like the new physics and everything, but it's not that big of a change as far as what I've noticed so far here. But yeah, I can pretty much play any tank. I can hop into the Waffle Tracker. It'll take me a second or two to unlock it, but I can pretty much hop into any tank I normally do not own on my account. Let's see if this guy is gonna play nice here. He's gonna go back into cover. I knew I was gonna get hit there. Hello, Fairy Group. But yeah, the main thing with this patch, it's a bunch of minor things. The thing that's probably going to stand out most to people is the mini-map and also the sounds. But as far as balance-wise, not too many things change. But hopefully we get Sacred Valley since they did change that. Alright, dude. Are you gonna play nicely here? Oop, there's another one. Sorry to kind of leave you out there on the dry, but I don't have that much HP left. Here's an Object 140 heading my way. Gotta keep that in mind. This guy's reloading. But yep, that hurt a little bit. Fortunately, I have... whoops. He kind of messed up my one little shot there. Yeah, I'm playing on the test server right now, just testing out new things. I am kind of impressed as far as the sound goes. I know it doesn't really change much, but it's noticeable enough to where it actually does make it feel more immersive. But it feels to me like Like, I don't use any mods, um, but it just feels to me like they're slowly implementing things. Oh, okay, why don't you just pull in front of me some more here? And I guess bounced off of a bat chat. But yeah, the sound, I like the sounds, but some people I have seen aren't particularly fond of them. Some of them do sound a little weird from what we're accustomed to, but overall, not that huge of a change. But let's see if I can do something stupid here, since it is this test server and all. Yeah, it's not really going to do anything. I almost flipped over there. But as you see, you can kind of tip your tank there. But really, that's not going to come into play all that often unless you're doing something stupid. Kind of like that. But if you have any questions or any specific tanks, like someone requested the waffle tracker, I will gladly do my best to get to them. Now, it's going to take me a second here for the waffle tracker. As you see, pretty much can unlock virtually anything. Just kind of had to find it and figure out the easiest path for me to get to it, since I don't exactly... Whoops, I did not want to do that. I forgot that, yeah, I need to start all the way at the martyr too. But it's just going to take me a second to... Whoops, wrong one. I get confused in the lower tier German one, since there's so many different side grades here. But another main, yeah, as far as when it went live, it did go live several hours ago. Most likely 9.14 is going to come out. My guess is either late next week or early the week after. But the main other change is for lower tier tanks, which I'll probably pop into that real quick. But yeah, I know about Gnome Father's mod. I actually looked at it when he was first putting it out. I think they're decent, but his, like you said, they're not really realistic, but they do sound pretty cool. Alright, so let's need to find a waffle tracker here. I need to find my German tanks, since everything's kind of messed up as far as equipment goes. I'm not too concerned about here, but I will add that on since I don't have a crew. Yeah, I don't really know what else I really want. Maybe I'll just throw camo net on for the hell of it. It's not going to do anything, but in any event, though, might as well just chuck it on there. I'm not too concerned about equipment, except for things that will affect my gun that much. Premium tanks on the test server? Yes, you can. You do get a little bit of gold they can use, plus whatever's on your account. So theoretically, you can pretty much buy anything with whatever gold you have, and even if you spend it on here, it won't transfer back to your normal account, so it won't affect anything there. But something they did change as far as the tanks go for this next patch, 9.14, all tier 1s only have one upgrade now, and that's the gun. And then moving on to tier 2, they basically simplified lower tiers as far as tier 1 and tier 2. You'll notice they removed a lot of modules from the lower tiers. Basically, it's just making it easier for the first couple tiers to kind of upgrade things. But all in all, it's definitely a step in the right direction here. I have a feeling if they wanted to make it easier for people to get into the game, they'd be better off giving people on 100% crews, say for their first, I don't know, however many tanks they buy or something like that, or at least the first tier 1s, or even tier 1, 2, and 3, give them 100% crews to start out with, since that's a pretty big factor in the low tiers being really difficult to play. In any event, playing the Waffle Tracker here. I have not played this thing in quite some time. I played it when it was first released, and also when I had a media account, but I don't exactly have it on my regular account, so bear with me if I'm not really accustomed to the glacial reload time in between the drums here. Now, being as there are a crap ton, or there is a crap ton of artillery on the test server, it's kind of a pain playing this tank, but at least it's end secure. I'm probably going to end up setting up right over here. But yeah, the low tier change doesn't affect anybody here, of course, unless you're pushing through another new low tier line, but even then, it's not a significant change for anybody who isn't a new player. Oh shit, I'm getting smacked by, yep, a TVP over there. Would have been nice to have someone spot there, but we have nobody in the center. Fan-frickin-tastic. Yeah, I'm gonna die. Unless this batch had already pulled off of me, but... And yep, I'm almost definitely not gonna make it out of this situation here. But there's a reason why I don't have the Waffle Tracker on my account. A, it's completely overpowered and I don't particularly agree with it being in the game, which fortunately they are removing it. I'm about to be deleted here. Or at least I thought I was gonna... Yeah, there we go. Now I'm gonna be deleted here. And two, I don't particularly like its playstyle. If you've noticed on my normal account, I don't really play autoloaders that much. I'm not exactly too great at them, and I don't think they're that fun. But in any event, I'll pop back to the Waffle Tracker shortly here, since I did pretty damn crappy there. Why don't I hop into the Type 5 here. But yeah, I think Wargaming, since they kind of did fall flat on their faces with the whole quote-unquote Rubicon patch and all that, I think they are starting to listen to the players a little bit more, and I'm sure somewhat soon we're going to see a lot of stuff coming out that has been greatly needed in World of Tanks. Personally, like I have no knowledge of course, what's coming out or being developed, but I have a feeling like as far as the multi-core support that everyone's been kind of clamoring for, basically better optimization, that's probably going to come out. Maps are definitely, I feel like we're going to get a lot of new maps with each patch now, 1 or 2 per patch after this one. And then on top of that, premium rounds, they're probably going to be nerfing premium rounds somewhat significantly on a lot of the higher tier ones. I have a feeling pretty much tier 6 to 10, mainly the 8 to 10 tanks are going to see their premium rounds nerfed by a hefty margin. But again, I don't really know anything, so what can I really say? It's not like I have anyone leaking me information, nor do I really care about stuff like that until it's on the test server. Yep, I did say that, or see that ferry. Now here in the Type 5 Heavy, since this is kind of on my path of grinding towards, really just comes down to when I get enough credits. I don't know, I guess have something for big impractical tanks. But yeah, I feel like, yeah, Armor Warfare definitely has a big thing to do with what wargaming's kind of shifting towards. I have a feeling, like with this patch, you see they're trying to improve low tier gameplay. I think they're going to take it a step further and make it a lot easier, since really, if you kind of hop into World of Tanks or remember when you popped into World of Tanks, playing Tier 1 and 2, it just feels like you're driving around go-karts. Um, Honestly, I think they almost should, not to say scrap the low tiers like that, but I honestly don't think many people would object to them kind of pushing the tiers up in a way to get rid of that. Okay, dude. Alright. Kind of wanted him to push up further since I can't really damage him. Hello, Lord Chipmunk. As you see, there's a lot of blue shells, and you can probably hear a hash every now and then since it is the test server. Never mind, there's a 5155 there. Unfortunately, I'm a little bit too tall here to really do too much. Might be able to get this mouse. Very big knight. Alright, so not really getting any progress here. I don't know why I picked a tank that's basically just built upon its armor, but I did. Mr. TVP somewhere over yonder. Yep, you're gonna do a crap ton of damage to me. Just kinda have to get out of here before I get RD'd to death, which is gonna be very soon. Nope, I don't use any mods whatsoever. This is off of the 9.14 test server, so that's why you kind of see the stuff on the mini-map. Figured I might as well give it a go here just to check the new stuff out. Usually I do it regardless, but since I was streaming today, I thought I'd at least start on the test server. Depending on the types of tanks people want me to play, or if you guys are enjoying it, I'll just stick on here, or I'll pop over to my regular account. Which I kind of understand what you're saying about the big guns sounding a little weird. As far as what I've seen, I'm not exactly sure where I heard this. I have a feeling like the sounds that they're kind of putting in the game right now are from inside of the tank. I think it's supposed to kind of be based off of, instead of from outside of the tank, which of course sounds a little bit more of a big boom. But I could be mistaken there, but I believe that is the case, at least in this scenario. Yep, I can play artillery. I'll hop into something different than my usual T92 and whatnot. And of course I can't really, I'm just outside of the view range, but if I drop down I'd have no shot on him. Alright, let's get past all this. Alright, so someone wants me to play artillery, so I will gladly hop into something different than what I have. I think as far as artillery goes, I'd be best starting at the 261 only because I'm at the KV2. It'll be easier for me to just kind of free XP everything up here quicker than starting in another branch where I don't have any SPGs whatsoever. But if anyone has any specific tanks they want me to play, I will gladly play them. Alright, it's not letting me buy that. Fantastic. I think I might have reached my maximum limit for buying tanks or something weird. Yep, not a clue. So maybe it doesn't want me to buy that. In any event, though, let's hop back into the waffle tracker. Then I'll see if, for whatever reason, I don't know why I can't buy that. I have, of course, bought quite a few tanks, and I don't know, maybe there's something weird where it's not letting me buy anymore. But in any event here, back into the waffle tracker. But just going over the differences in the 9.14 test server, you hear the sounds, the different motion physics. They're not going to come into play too much. It does make the tanks feel a little bit more sluggish overall, but really it doesn't change mobility much for many tanks. You're not really going to notice the flipping and everything, like I said, unless you're doing something you shouldn't be doing. Then there's, of course, the new HD tanks, mainly the IS-6. There's a huge buff to that. And the T-28 prototype getting a roof, that's a big buff to that as well. Alright, so we got lots of people over here. I'm probably gonna just stick over on this side. Which, as far as the sounds go, I would suggest if anyone's interested in trying out the test server yourself, especially if you want to try out tanks you do not have or you're grinding towards. Only because, for instance, right now, as far as my volume level goes, I have everything turned down in-game, for the most part, down to like 18%, compared to my voice, just so it's easier to hear me, since A, I don't exactly have the loudest voice, but B, otherwise everything would just be drowned out, even if I was kind of screaming at my microphone here. But while the sounds do sound a little bit dinky and everything at times, that's partially the reason, since I have everything turned down so much. This is what I was kind of afraid of, that everyone would kind of sit here on this hill. I'm taking a little bit of a risk pushing with the waffle tracker, but really I thought over here might be a little bit better than going to sit over into town. At least I got this guy to back off a little bit here. Not as much as I'd like him to be, but as you can see, like, I knew there are mods before that kind of does your maximum render range. The guys at the base, I'm right at the edge of theirs. I'm going to be actually pushing into it here. I just want to get up here because I just got nailed by a freaking Hess round. That definitely hurt. Luckily, it did not kill me. But part of the reason why I do not have a waffle tracker on my account, the thing is just, it's completely broken as far as its gun goes, but I just really don't like its playstyle. Let's see if I can actually... Nope, I led him a little bit too much there. But yeah, that definitely hurt a little bit. Would be nice if these guys would push up so I could have something to shoot from farther out, but don't know how well that's actually going to work. And just sitting here waiting for me to reload. Yeah, I know some people, since it is going to break the mod packs for the sounds, it is going to be a slight negative this patch, but I'm sure it's not going to be that big of a change, and they'll be able to, of course, patch things in and make new mod packs. Just kind of backing on up because I don't want to get hit by another round, of course, since I only have 59 HP. If he so ever happens to spot somebody, I will help this guy, but might as well head back to the base since I'll be a little bit more useful there. Granted, our whole team's kind of getting evaporated since we lost the town. Yeah, why don't I... Never mind. He got friggin' evaporated too, just like me. That's one tank where the FV405, that's even worse than the 183 as far as risk and reward. Yeah, I'm not doing too well in this tank, it seems like. Granted, like I said, test server, it's completely different than the regular server. I hope they never use it to kind of balance things out because it's just flooded with premium rounds and just people just, oh, I'm going to do as much damage and whatever. It's less about, you know, actually trying to play and test tanks out as far as how well they do. It's really everything's just gold that's being flung at you. Am I guilty? Yes, I am guilty of it. But in any event, I'm still going to do it because if you can't beat them, join them. Alright, let's just get this over with and let this guy kill me here. Kill me! Okay, I'm making it, I'm not turning or anything. There we go. Somebody killed me there. It took long enough. Even though it was a crappy match, I still ended up with 4 kills. Granted, I killed low HP tanks, but yeah. This goes to show you, for a very crappy match, I still ended up with 2,400 damage. Kind of says a little bit about. I'm still kind of curious why I can't buy an SPG here. Whoops, wrong. Wait, not wrong tech tree. It's like, Oh, it says it's unavailable. I guess I did buy too many tanks. So why don't I hop into another tank here that I don't normally have, the Object 140. I'm kind of lost here because everything is switched up as far as my crews go, and alright, never mind. I can't buy anything. Fantastic. You would have thought that they'd suspend that for the test server since people, you know, are buying things, selling things, but no, they didn't. In any event here, I guess I'm back to my normal tank, so since I can't really test anything new out, I'll probably be switching back to my regular account. I'll do that right around 7 p.m. just to give it a little bit more time here on the test server. I'm trying to see if I can get Sacred Valley since that map, once again, got a dramatic overhaul. It's gonna play out pretty differently from what I've seen. That huge mountain kind of in the center, they kind of changed that into a somewhat like castle with I think 2 bridges leading to it, if not just one. but it's going to open the map up a lot more instead of it just being around the edges. In any event, back to the TVP here. This tank, it's pretty good medium. As far as playing solo, it's a little bit playing solo at times, only because of the lack of HP and also the autoloader. But in any event, it's still a really good medium as far as dealing damage. But the autoloader, like I said earlier, I don't play too many of them. It just doesn't fit the way I play. But this is a really good tank, and I'm going to be pushing to it eventually because I should actually play autoloaders more than I do right now. Alright, so let's see if this guy is going to be nice and just kind of push right out here for me. Nope. Guess I can't get that lucky. Fortunately, I can't pen his... Yeah, he can pen me, though. Yep. Net to bounce. Alright, I can't sit here and trade shots with all those mediums. Yeah, I know, Ferry, as far as it's a limit per day, but you would just think for the test server they would take that out so you didn't run into that problem while, you know, testing. Oh crap, I picked the wrong person to come help. If you thought matches in on the regular server are kind of one-sided, the test server is a little bit worse as far as what I've seen. Not that I'm helping that out here, but it's definitely a bit of a difference. Alright. Just come on and try to kill me. Somebody. Anybody. Be nice if my guy ran away, of course. But I'm dead. No, it's a test server, dude, but still, why'd you run away? Alright, so let's hop into something differently here. I do have the T-28 prototype. As you see here, it got switched to a HD model. Has a nice little roof here now. Now, unfortunately, with that roof, you do have cupolas now. So, looking at the armor model, I'm kind of drawing a blank as to what I saw, but as far as weak spots, I'm pretty sure they will be slightly weaker than the normal weak spot on the turret, being a flat part for most tanks that face the T-28, not lower tiers. But as far as the other main HD change most people are going to notice, the IS-6, since that got updated to HD finally, as far as the buffs it got, unfortunately, Abdul, I can't buy any new tanks right now since it kind of limited the amount of tanks I could buy, which usually doesn't happen on the test server, but I guess it did now, or at least the test servers I've played on. In any event, the IS-6 in HD here, these top hatches actually got slightly easier to hit, so they're going to be the main weak spots. However, the turret weak spots here on the front got a little bit harder to hit since they're at a bit sharper angle, and this little front spot, the flat spot here, is a little bit smaller to hit, so there is a big buff. And as far as the hole around the gun, it's pretty much just constrained to the gun right now. There's less of a hole behind the mantlet. Once again, another buff for the IS-6, especially on this side where there used to be a slightly large hole behind the mantlet. And this weak spot where the driver plate is, it's actually now stronger and thicker than the main Glacis armor. That got a buff. And it's also at a slightly steeper angle as well. So the IS-6 sees a pretty significant buff overall. And yeah, we'll see how overpowered it's going to be. It's not going to be like game-breakingly overpowered, but it's definitely going to be the go-to premium tier 8 now. If it wasn't already, it's definitely going to be it. Alright, I was kind of hoping for a quick match there, but in any event, why don't I hop into the T62A here. Yeah, I'll play a couple more matches here on the test server, then I'll hop over to my normal account. Since really the main changes, as you see, the minimap, sounds, and also the physics. Maybe I'll try... Let's pop out of here again. Maybe I'll try doing something physics-based since I'll hop into the bat chat. But yeah, it is going to be a pretty big buff, like you said, Groot, as far as getting a roof for the T-28. Fortunately, I got a map where you can't really test physics out that much. Kind of contemplating where I want to go as far as doing something physics-based, but I'm kind of drawing a blank on this map, except for, you know, in the center on the river, but that's not too fun. But if anyone wants to hear the sounds not turned down, maybe after this I can potentially crank the sounds up a little bit, just so you can hear them a little bit better. Are there any other back here? Nope, there are not. At least I hope there aren't. Gung ho, we're coming right in here. Oh shit. Did not want to hit my own guy, but... No, I hate the bat chats. Frickin' gun handling. There we go. Yeah, thanks for joining me, Nelson there. As far as my next live stream, it'll be next Wednesday and Thursday. Otherwise, I will have normal videos out between now and then. But even if you miss the rest of the stream, it will re-upload and be in 1080p or 720p by tomorrow morning. As far as new tanks, Groot, there are no new normal tanks. However, they have added quite a few tanks for super testers to test. I believe there's a new tier 9 premium. It's going to be a reward tank, of course, being a tier 9. There's I forget. Basically there's a tier 7, a tier 8, and a tier 9 premium tank that they're going to be testing. That's the main new tanks they have going here. Okay, no. Thought he was shooting at me, but he wasn't. And of course I bounced off him because he's a GW. But yeah, off the top of my head, I can't really remember the new tanks, but they are all considered super tester tanks, so I won't be able to play them, unfortunately. Alright, so let's see if I can do something here. Whoop, dude, you went on the wrong side. that's not exactly a good spot for me to try something out. Push me! Push me! Or not. But as far as your tank flipping over, yeah, that's not going to work. I was saying if I could flip over, but as you can see, it's not as... A super tester, basically someone testing things out that aren't released publicly as far as what normal players would know. Basically, they're the people who test things out before the public tests over here. But as far as what I just tried to do there and failed, as you see, new motion physics, you can flip tanks over, as evident from the TVP earlier. However, it's still pretty hard to do. You're not really going to be able to do it unless you're like flying off of a cliff or something like that. It still kind of feels like your tank has a lot of weight basically in the bottom that keeps it from tipping over left and right. But yeah, to be a super tester, there aren't too many, if any, right now for World of Tanks on the North American server. There might be a couple, but mainly most super testers are either on the Russian server or a couple from the European. World of Warships, on the other hand, they're kind of spread out everywhere. Yep, there you go. Those are the tanks. But to become a super tester, you have to apply for it when there's like an application process going on. But really, I have honestly no idea. I would probably never be accepted to be one because I kind of have conflicting interests with my website. Okay, yeah, those are the two I forgot. The T-25 Pilot, which will most likely be replacing the Super Persian somewhat soon as the Tier 8 US medium. And then you had the IS-3 Proto, which will be replacing the IS-6 most likely, especially since it just got that big buff. Alright, so I'm about to be nuked. I have no idea, Motar. But yeah, chat still has a slight 40-second delay or so that's why it takes me a second to respond to everybody. Personally, even though my sound's pretty low here, I am really enjoying the new sounds. Granted, I have my headphones up to max, so probably a little bit higher for me than you guys, but I'll play one more match here on the test server after this. Yeah, I know I'm doing something stupid here, but figure might as well go big or go home here. No, I did not want to do that. Leave me alone. Save me, T-57. Or you're probably not. Don't do it. Yeah, I'm dead. Alright, so I'm just gonna bump the sound up a little bit here, just in case. Yeah, my buddy is letting me down here. everybody can't really hear it too well here, so bear with me if my voice is a little bit low here in the end. So afterwards, I'll be hopping over back to my regular account here. But why don't we hop into something where I can at least have a semi-decent match in driving around semi-quickly. Really hope those sound settings don't carry over to my regular account because I don't feel like turning them back down. Not that it's a huge thing, it's just I have a little bit of kind of like OCD as far as everything needs to be. Shit, I picked a Centaurian 7-1. God damn it. Yeah, you gotta love people complaining about gold rounds when it's the test server. It's what happens. So hopefully the sounds are a little bit more evident now, or apparent now, since I turned them up. A lot of the background that you probably couldn't hear before should be a little bit more apparent. Something I particularly like is, say right now the IS-6 that just dinged that M46, P-fires, you can still kind of hear that in the background. Come on guys, push up the hill. It's not like you're paying for it if you get destroyed here. Thought there'd be more people up here, but obviously not. Oh, there they are. That was not very nice, M103, if that was you. To get away from the edge here, to say the least. We do have the numbers here, so we should be well off just pushing right into them. Again, excuse me if my voice is a little bit low, but with turning up all the sounds, it's going to be a little difficult to stay above it here. And I keep the music off always, since not that I don't like the music in World of Tanks, but that guy kind of killed himself. Why don't I try that? Since I'm on this map, I might as well do something physics-based. but the music actually creates a lot of content ID copyright issues with YouTube for whatever reason. Even though I have permission to stream and do videos for World of Tanks, for whatever reason, it has a problem with the music. Hey, Mr. Are you here? Goodbye. Oh, that guy's probably a little bit mad. And I almost stepped over. I did not mean to do that at all. That was an accident. In any event, though, I'm gonna pop back over to my normal account here. Just kind of bear with me because it is gonna take a second here. So I'm actually gonna slate in a little thing right here until I get my other client back up. Alright, so hopefully it's not going to mess anything up here. Hey, excuse for the slight delay of switching over. Unfortunately, switching between World of Warships and World of Tanks is actually pretty easy. However, switching between two World of Tanks clients does have a little bit of a gap between them since I can't run two at one time. I almost flipped the tank over there. I thought I would have had a decent shot with two tanks there. Not that I meant to do that, but in any event, I only did that because it's the test server. Hopefully that guy didn't get too angry. Any event, back to the regular server, so I gotta kind of try here. That's one good thing about, holy crap, that guy is right, there is a lot of artillery. One good thing about the test server is you can just kind of play around, do whatever you want. Not really any consequences there. Alright, so knowing that there are 3 Batchat Arties, I am going to do my best not to get hit by this M46, but we really need to push here. Seeing as I'll probably just barely get there before they're reloaded, I am going to try to push as hard as I can. Unfortunately, they do have several high-tier mediums we have to contend with as well. But if we don't get this center here, we're gonna be hurting. Please don't shoot me. That kind of worked out there for us. Surprise! Luckily for us, a lot of their tanks went north, but unfortunately one of our SPGs pushed out, I think, a little bit too far. A little hesitant to go any further than here until I know I have backup. Yep, because I am spotted and there are Batchats. Felt like that was worth it though to get that shot off there. But yeah, unfortunately we're gonna be already to death here. I'm gonna see if I can pop out and spot something. I just might be able to get a little bit further here, but we're kind of running out of time because our north flank there got vaporized. Shit, that was a really bad shot on my part. Alright, let's get him out of the way. At least we have some tanks going back to base though. Okay, keep an eye out for this Centurion here. My main threat is not him, it's going to be artillery ahead of me here. And also this T-62A. Gotta keep an eye out for him, but also gotta... Oh shit. Yeah, never mind. I'm gonna be screwed by everybody. I wasn't too concerned about the Centurion, but yeah. I should have kept pushing when I had the chance instead of trying to kind of turn. In any event though, this was definitely going to be a hard one to come back from, even if I had pushed up, since we're being capped out there. But not much I could have done there. I could have turned around, but with those 3 batch hat arties, I was pretty much a goner anyway. Alright, so why don't we pop into the VK here? I haven't really played this much recently. Man, with the test server and this, I've been getting a highway a lot recently. I think I was playing a little bit earlier and I got highway several times as well. Really a strange game where there's only 2 tier 10s, 2 tier 9s, and the rest are 8s and 7s. This is kind of where not that I've seen anyone really in chat yet here, where people are like, oh, bottom tier and stuff like that. Yes, there's a, say if you're on an enemy team, yes, there's an E4 myself, but really, you have plenty of tanks to shoot at that are not higher tier than you. In any event though, I really only can go to the town in this. I can't fight too effectively out here with those 2 artillery. My best bet is going to be sticking to the edge of the map. That way I can angle out and use my great frontal armor. Unfortunately, I don't have the Object 263 Motar, but I can play a different tier 10 TD. I have the E3, the E4, the 183mm. Man, unfortunately, I don't really have as much support or access to things since I'm not part of Club Wargaming or anything for World of Tanks. I am part of Club Wargaming for World of Warships. Not that there's too much going on there just yet, since it isn't just starting up on the North American server. But I don't really have access to getting a lot of stuff quick, which... Please, KB4, can you just straighten out here, dude? Like, thank you very much. which... Actually, I thought about it about 30 seconds ago, but yeah, I don't want to be... But hell, if they're all pushing out there, I might as well hop out here too. But... Oh, I actually killed him. I was not expecting that. Please. No. Okay. I don't think that guy really knows he's on the edge of the map. But they're pushing pretty hard here. God damn it. That was a really big bounce for me and also the KV-4. Let's hope I can get him here. Shoot me instead. I volunteer. It's pretty much what this tank is good at. I'm going to take a little bit of a chance, not aiming, but I'm trying to push up here so I can flush out behind us. That way we don't have to worry about anything shooting behind us, except for this Tiger 2 behind me right now, but figured it'd be better for me to okay, or not. Thank you very much, whoever Artie that was, for, if that was ours, for, yep, it was. I don't know why he shot that. That did more harm than good there. This tank is phenomenal right now, though, with its frontal armor. Now, can I actually push into all those tanks at their base? That's another question there. Whoops. Ah, crap. Got myself into a little bit of a pickle here. About to be a very big pickle when artillery nails me. Unfortunately, one missed. Whew, I almost basically threw the match there by letting that guy get behind me. I really just have to worry about the SPGs. The object, yep, he got taken out. That was a good job by the Conqueror now. He made up for his past mistake. But the VK here is slightly overpowered as far as its gun goes, and also with its armor. There we go. Got a nice little top gun there. But the... Okay, or you can shoot me. Thank you very much, whatever your name is. Don't know why that was justified, but in any event, Mastery Badge 2nd Class. Top Gun Award. Damage-wise, only 2,845, but I got 6 kills. Most amount of experience. Where's that guy? I forget his name. There he is. You're going on my blacklist. Thanks for shooting me. In any event, not too much else, but really good tank. Just want to keep your frontal armor, of course, at the enemy, since your sides and rear are very weak. I hop into the Mr. OI here. Now I get Secret Valley. But like I said earlier, Sacred Valley on the test server, this area, you're actually going to be able to go into it. I believe they kind of pushed this area out slightly, just a little bit further, and they connected it with a bridge. You're going to be able to go up in here, and I believe there's entrances over that way from the bridge, and I believe from this way too. I might be mistaken though. Being that I'm in this massive, somewhat slow tank, I'm going to stick up here in the north instead of pushing down to the flag, because really I can't move past the 4 line safely. But this is actually starting to turn a little bit bad for me, seeing that I don't want to be up here somewhat alone. I'm actually contemplating loading a heat round, but I don't know. Should I load a heat round? Why the hell not? I'll try a heat round. I was just kind of refreshing my memory as far as the penetration on them. I am not liking our team setup though right now. This is probably going to turn ugly, especially for me up here. I was expecting them to push right around there, but I guess not. Someone? Anyone? Okay. Maybe I was completely wrong at where their tanks were going, but this Tiger 2 is kind of setting a nice shot up for me with a heat round on his side or rear. Man, that PZ-58 looks so small compared to both of us OIs here. Oop. No, don't straighten out. You're a goner anyway, though. For a second there, I thought it was the Tiger 2, and I'm like, crap. Here's the hoping this guy keeps his butt towards me. Although, crap, I have a freaking HE round and not a heat round or AP round. That's a little bit of a oversight, but nonetheless, I'm going to do a little bit of damage there to him. I'm actually gonna swap back to HE here, only because I don't know what my next target is. Yep, they got him. The OI, it is slightly overpowered. I don't think the gun's in any way broken, because it is on the KV2 as well, as far as a similar gun. I just think the OI's gun handling needs to be toned down slightly. Not too much. It should be a little bit better than the KV2, but right now it's a little bit, a little too better. Or just take away the heat round, and it'll definitely drop as far as performance goes. Alright, it'd be very nice if I could hit this E25 here, but unfortunately, my gun depression does not want to function very well, which is to be expected, but it's just annoying how it's just barely off there from being able to hit him. Hello, Mr. Jagged Panther, or not. I don't know why I found that funny. It was just funny. I wanted to really hit somebody else here, but I think my targets are going to be very limited. Right, we have a PZ-58. Why don't we... Oh, never mind. Here we go. But if anyone has any questions or specific tanks you want me to play, please mention them in the chat, and I'll do my best to match them. But if I don't have them, I can play similar tanks if you'd like me to as well. But unfortunately, I don't own all the tanks. And on the test server, of course, I wasn't able to buy any new tanks and sell them. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to kind of stick with my plan. Since usually I felt like it was a lot higher as far as buying tanks, because I've really only bought, I think, three or four tanks there before it locked me out. In any event, Master Baz second class, which don't know how I got that since I only did 1500 damage, and only assisted with a little bit as well. Yeah, so why don't we play the tank where I'm still grinding it, but I'm kind of taking it very slowly, since this tank, the gun depression, is a little bit annoying. Alrighty now, so not exactly the easiest map in the world to use a gun with. I think it's 3 or 2 degrees of gun depression. But yeah, I can play the KV-5 next Abdul. But I'm gonna do my best here. I'm pretty much gonna be limited to either here. I could try to go down on the beach, but really, I'm not exactly sure I want to do that. Since even if I do pretty effectively on the beach, pushing out of it, I'm going to be pretty much screwed trying to push out of it with no gun depression. The PZ S35, I believe I do have that ferry. I won't say 100% sure I have it, but I'm fairly sure I have it. But I can play the KV-5, and then if I do have that, I will pop into that next. Yeah, I'm exposing myself a little bit here, but I think it was worth it to do that. That guy probably doesn't really appreciate me sitting out there, but nice big hit there to start the game, and only lost a little bit of health points. Did not want to knock that tree down, but I did. I have a feeling this is not going to go well for me here. But in any event, I'm at least going to get that one hit off on that guy before backing up here. Yep, no problem. I don't mind playing any tanks that I own. Actually helps me a little bit when people suggest tanks, since I just kind of randomly pick, and usually I end up picking tier 10s, which usually does not help my wallet too much. Alright, so everyone's kind of shifting that way. I know why, because there's a lot of enemies, but at the same time, it would kind of be nice for us to break this side open. Hello, Joseph. Nice to see you again. Oh shit. Forgot all about this guy in a way, but at the same time I was not expecting him there. Just gonna do that. I'd rather trade a shot there with him. I thought my Object 704 would be a little bit better backup for me, but nonetheless, kind of my fault for expecting help right away, but at least I got a little bit of help here now. Whew, he ended up missing. Just get a... I don't know why I shot there. But I couldn't get my gun low enough. I did not want to hit his turret front. Alright, so let's just keep the ball rolling here with the rest of my guys here. But when I say this tank has no gun depression, it has no gun depression. That's almost zero. Alright, time to return the favor here since this Object 704 did try to come up and help me. I think I'm feeling a ram kill here. I'm not even going to try to shoot him. Take that. That is something I believe in the new motion physics. It might be easier to actually drive over other tanks. I still believe that it'll take damage, but I think it is a little bit easier to do it now. Kind of curious where their other tank is. Whoops, that's a rock. I had my eye on the prize, and I kind of forgot to look at the rock in front of me. Don't worry, I'm a better driver in real life. Really, when people ask me how to do better at times, and I do stuff like that on live streams, I wonder if people kind of second guess the information I give out. Alright, couldn't get there in time. Alright, so I'll hop into a KV-5 and then I'll try to PZ S-35 if I do have it. Alright, so all in all, Mastery Badge 3rd class for only 1,980 damage. Not much else there. Yeah, that AMX, I'm like, I didn't really feel like shooting him. It's not looking like I have that. I know what tank you're talking about here as far as the PZS-35. If I can actually find... Yep, right here at a tier 3. Yeah, unfortunately I don't have that Fairy Groot. I do, however, if one of those would help after the KV-5 game. As you can see, I'm in the wrong tanks here. As you can see, I do have the old Minnie Mouse here. And I also have the PZB2, and of course the Cody. But in any event, I'm going to hop into the KV-5 first, and then I will play a different tank after that. Hello Dodo, nice to join us here. Alrighty now, got assault defense. Much rather be attacking with the KV-5 here, but it's kind of... Right now I'm trying to figure out, of course, where I think their two tier 9s are going to go, but also that basically the PZ-58, T-44, and the ISU. Mainly concerned about the tanks that can do a crap ton of damage to me. Alright, yeah, I'll hop into the B2 after that. Sorry about not having that other tank, but I almost thought I had it at one point, but I definitely didn't sell it, so I guess I was completely mistaken there. At least there's no artillery, so heading down here, a little bit easier for me to do. If there's artillery, unfortunately, since the KV-5 is so large and tall, it makes it pretty easy for an SPG to kind of float a shot into you by aiming behind you, and it just definitely nails you. Whether or not it hits your tracks or your main armor, that's still a crapshoot, but usually you want to be in some definite hard cover with the KV-5. Alright, So this guy I'm most likely going to have a little shot on here, but not really the most accurate gun in the world here. Yep, thank you for hitting me. Thank you for missing me. I almost feel like I can get one... I was about to say one hit off here, but nope, it dove into the ground. Do know his turret's kind of paper, so I might as well just stick with AP here before worrying about APCR with, say, a T-32. It'd be nice if all these guys moved up. There's no artillery, so really being more aggressive is the smart choice right now. Yeah, I was about to say, I have a feeling that guy's pushing up. Hoping I can repair before I get hit by something significant. Very nice shot, T-30. Please, he's pointing towards me. Alright, so I'm gonna switch my focus onto this side only because there's a T-30 over there and also that Tier 9 tank destroyer. I don't exactly want to take too many risks with popping out there. I'd rather pop out against these guys. Although I probably should swap over to APCR since there is a IS-6. That light tank got past me there. Yay! I just tracked him. Let's see if I can... There we go. Guess I swapped over to an HE round for nothing here. That's not very nice, T-20. Let me guess, you're up there. As far as what tank to grind towards, Zach, IS-4, IS-7, I'd probably go IS-7. Not to sound like I hesitated too much there, but IS-7 I feel like is definitely the better overall tank. And also the tanks leading up to it are definitely a lot easier to push through compared to the IS-4. But really, you can't go wrong with either tank line, I feel like. Oops. I guess I don't have to be too concerned about the WZ-132. Bye. Do have to be concerned about the frickin' tank destroyer over here. Fortunately for me, though, he is behind a town. Let's see if I can... Nope. I was hoping this guy would come closer to me so I could drop down on him. Just stay there, no! I knew he was trying to bait me in there, but I did it anyway. It was just too glorious to give up. Props to that guy, but I was just seeing basically him being a pancake. Not that we're in any threat here to lose, but I really wish I had dropped down on him. That would have been pretty fun. Alright, so the PZ here, let me find it again. I'm just going to make it easier on myself and set it up here. That way I can pop over. What crew do I want to bring over in it? I don't think I have the option. Maybe I do. There we go. That makes it a little bit easier for me. And I might as well pop in that as well. Alright, so the PZ2B2 here has a definite limited matchmaking. It always sees tier 4, I believe. Well, the problem with Grogs, as far as the IS-7 compared to IS-4's armor, I would almost argue that the IS-7 almost has better armor frontally compared to the IS-4 against tier 10s. Against lower tiers, IS-4 definitely wins out, but the IS-7, as long as you hide that lower glacis, you're almost immune frontally. Now the PZ B2 here, but nonetheless, can't go wrong with either tank. But yeah, in a nutshell, the IS-4 definitely less mobile than the IS-7. But this tank sees tier 4 max all the time, so you're never going to see tier 5s as far as I remember for this. It is, the last time I played it, a little broken for a premium tank, as far as you're always the top tier. As far as is it good or not, it isn't exactly the best tank in the world. But nonetheless, it is pretty fun to play since you're never going to face higher tiers. And essentially your main weakness with your penetration, you can kind of fix that with a PCR. But again, that's kind of a problem in World of Tanks where premium rounds are very easy to come by now. Back when this tank first made it in the game, they weren't exactly as prevalent as they are now. Let's hope those Valentine 2s stick on their side of the map, because I don't feel like shooting a ton of APCR at them. So far, though, it doesn't look like I have any... Okay, I'm gonna actually bail out of here. I thought I'd get some kind of resistance over here, but yeah. Alright, maybe I will with the Hetzer here. Okay. And, of course, all 4 of their tanks with great armor, or not great armor, but good armor for their team, are over here. So I'm going to be a little bit pressed here to damage the Hetzer. So I'm actually going to swap over to HE for a second. I just want to annoy this guy. But I've got to, of course, be worried about these guys plopping over to me. I actually need to... yeah, the shit gun. It is a very shitty gun against armored tanks. I need to bail out of here before all 3 of them make their way up here, because I will be in trouble. I really need to be able to flank them to actually get damage in. Yeah, unfortunately, this couldn't be a worse matchup for me as far as tanks I cannot damage. It just so happens that the Hetzer and Valentine are at the top of that list for this tier. Alright. I would very much love to track you, but that wasn't exactly working out there for me. Okay. Please stop moving. Yeah, I'm using premium rounds. I feel kind of filthy here, but in any event, I would much rather win than come out with a ton of credits. Luckily for me, he doesn't exactly have a great gun either. We're just kind of all plinking at each other here. Come here, Covenator. I'd much rather shoot you. Yeah, this tank is not a good tank at all. It just mainly comes down to not seeing any tier 5s make this tank perform a lot better than it normally should. It would be nice if my team, like, you know, pushed up behind me here, because, shit, I missed there, no. Definitely helps that he spent a little bit too much time repositioning. Alright, so let's actually swap over to... Oh shit, I don't wanna be stuck like that. No, this is the battle of the who can plink each other most. Just trying to keep him tracked for my little teammate over there. So I can't really effectively penetrate him with normal AP. There's a few spots on the Valentine that I can Valentine, but overall it was better for me just to keep him tracked there. That happens, Zach. But hell, fortunately the armor on this thing's decent. It's in no way great, but I was kind of surprised that Hetzer didn't do much, if any, damage to me. The Valentines, I wasn't too concerned about them doing damage since they have pretty crap guns too. But nonetheless, I was kind of concerned about that Hetzer, but he turned out not to be that big of a threat there. Please stay right there. Or not. You're making this difficult on me. I'm just gonna head to their arty. And don't really have a good shot here, but yep, they got it. All in all, a decent game, but yeah, I'm going to lose a lot of credits with that APCR, but as you see, AP, penetration-wise, luckily you only see tier 4s because 55 millimeters of penetration, and then 90 millimeters of penetration with APCR, which, like Fairy Groot said, very borderline. Even not seeing tier 5s, it's kind of pushing it. But if you're against a lot of 3s, or weaker tier 4s armor-wise, this thing definitely just chews through people. Otherwise, though, you're going to have matches like this where you're just kind of struggling to really penetrate anybody. Alrighty now. I did not expect them to push down there. But, yeah, it looks like he's dead here. So, all in all, a pretty decent team here. Alright, so I got an Ace Tanker award, surprisingly. I got High Caliber and also a Steel Wall award. I did a little over 1,000 damage. Experience-wise, of course, most of the match. And just barely nudged the T40 out for most damage. And I blocked 1,000 damage, too. Color me surprised I blocked that much, but yeah, I was not expecting to block as much as I did there. Alright, in any event, why don't we see if we can change my luck from yesterday I had with the KB2 and pop into it here. Alright, so quite a bit of SPGs tonight. Something I noticed, usually you don't see too many SPGs anymore since they're kind of frustrating to play, but I've noticed quite a few games with 3, or 2 to 4 basically. In any event, I'm going to try my luck over here on the left side in the KV2. That's mainly particular. I don't want to get over here against these 3 artillery and kind of get in a shootout with these heavy tanks. Kind of hoping that those heavy tanks mainly go to the other side. And on this side here, it'll be a little bit easier pickings for me, but then again, could be the complete opposite. Ooh, crap, I'm definitely just out in the open here. Yep, I was expecting that. I sat there just a second too long, and I'm regretting my decision. Please still think I'm up there. Alright. Nice little hit there, and he doesn't have an automatic fire extinguisher. That's not good for me. I have a feeling Artie's licking its chops right now. Ooh, that was a little close. Oh shit. Trying to help my T-29 there, but yeah, not really any success with that. I'm kind of surprised I'm still spotted, unless he's just kind of firing blind at me. But here's the hoping I can at least get one more hit on this Tiger 1 here before I get obliterated. And shit. He's kind of spotting me for Artie, so at least I got one more hit in. Please don't hit me, SBG God. Hoping they can take out this Tiger 1 so I can move. Yep, that didn't exactly work out too well for us. Yep, that's what I thought was gonna happen. In any event, at least I got a little bit more damage off there. Really, that's a pretty hard map to play with a KB2. Alright, so where to go from here? Why don't I try hopping into the Centurion Action X? Alright, so we have quite a few mediums here compared to their heavy tanks. Whew, I didn't see it as assault to begin with here. Alrighty now, this is going to be a Pretty interesting match, to say the least. Okay, I don't know why you're pinging there.
Move out.
I'm gonna go south mainly because I have a feeling those heavy tanks are gonna be heading north. I could be completely wrong, but I don't want to get stuck into a kind of brawl right here. It's not really good for a medium tank like the Centurion. I was kind of thinking what I'm going to do here, just in case basically platoon 1 being over here. I'm probably just going to end up sticking it out and doing my best to kind of act like a heavy tank. Not that it's probably going to work out well, but I'm going to try. I believe I have the equipment for that, Zach. Not 100% sure, but I believe I do have it. Surprise, Mr. M46. We kind of have to go fast here, or else we're gonna run into some issues. Ooh, there's a Leopard 1 behind us.
Enemy armor is hit. Immobilized.
It was not very nice.
Enemy armor destroyed.
Neither was that. Thank you for ramming him.
Tank repaired. Drive on.
Alright, so so far so good. I was not expecting that Leopard behind us, but that actually kind of helped us out a bit. Now we just need to gang up on this IS-7, and we should be pretty well here. Ooh, I'm gonna take the brunt here. So I'm actually gonna head back to base, since better to be safe than sorry. Here we go. Come on. Yeah, I'm not gonna have a great shot there, unfortunately. This Rumba's hiding now. Come on. Oops, I don't want to get hit by him now. Okay, let's see if I can line up a shot here. Somebody, anybody. Come on.
Penetration.
I want to actually, I want to push in with these guys here. So we should be, I don't want to go off it that fast. If we can take out the 907, these guys are going to push really hard. I want to swing in behind them. All in all, pretty well executed plan for our team. Can't say I did too much other than be kind of a bullet sponge in the beginning, but nonetheless, pretty good teamwork for us. I love it when you're defending and you actually push out instead of people be like, oh guys, we're defending, you don't need to leave the flag. And then when you're surrounded, everyone's kind of blaming each other for the loss when really it's everybody who sat near the flag. Whoops, this is gonna hurt. Or not. Thought he was gonna aim for me there, and he did not. Alright. Thought I might have had a shot there, but I kind of missed my window. Mr. T10. Yeah, Zach, if you're just pushing up a line, kind of like Fairy Groot said, really for your equipment, It's not exactly necessary, um, unless you're going to be spending the gold to take it off and move up the tier with you. Um, but yeah, like he said, there's kind of better things to spend, at least initially. I know I pretty much run equipment on every single tank I have. That's mainly because I've been playing for so long. Um, it's also one of the reasons why I can't buy new tanks right now. So all in all, pretty decent match here. Mastery badge 3rd class. Leopard 1 did pretty well. 2,000 damage for myself. Otherwise, pretty quick and easy win. It's going to take a small little breather here and I'll pop back into the FV. Alright, in any event, popping back into the FV215B here. Did pretty well on my one match last night. Granted, it was kind of accidental I did well in it, since I don't know if many of you remembered it tonight if you were here. Kind of alt-tab by accident, and I ended up pushing farther than I wanted to, and it worked out in my favor. Alright, in any event, I'm going to be heading north, just because this tank not really good on the gun depression department. If I try to push down through the center, my armor gets negated. If I sit back, I feel kind of useless, and once again, no gun depression to where if people are pushing up on me, I'm not going to do well. So really, I'm just shoehorned into pushing the one spot where everybody else pushes on El Haluf. You would think, though, I kind of sound like a broken record, that after this long for this game, they would kind of be able to make better maps. It's kind of embarrassing in a way for them, but again, patch-wise, I think they're gonna start fixing them and implementing new ones. Yep, thanks for that, Zach. Yeah, I know it doesn't always show ads. As far as when I take a break, I just kind of slate in and out real quick. So that's why you see the YouTube kind of logo there. Not everybody sees ads, just potentially some people do. But it really depends on each person individually. But again, thanks for letting me know. But it just helps when I take a break for me to do that, since it kind of cuts the stream out in a way, and it really gives my computer a little bit of a breather. But essentially it's just easier for me to move around if I take a break for a second to fix something. Alright. Yeah, I was about to say, that's gonna hurt. He fired a heat round and it went right through my strong armor on my frontal glacis. I know it's not terribly strong, but still a little bit annoying that your armor is negated by premium rounds like that. That one looks like it was too.
Enemy armor is damaged.
I know I use premium rounds, but that was a little bit annoying there. I am angled a little bit too much.
Penetrate their armor.
Okay, Ice-3, I don't want to block you here, but you're just kind of following me backwards. can also angle a little bit. This guy is hell-bent on... He's lucky I missed there. Ooh, shit. We're not exactly holding the fort here. Sorry, IS-3, but you're the one who... You've had plenty of time to get around me here. And now you're doing the same thing to me. Alrighty now. This is not gonna go well for me. Ouch. And we're kind of facing the masses here. Luckily the FV has decent armor if you're hold down like this. My turret isn't penetrable, as you see there. Premium rounds can go through your commander's cupola, unfortunately. But yeah, I kind of get premium rounds a part of the game, but that's part of the reason why I don't play this tank much anymore, since even when you leverage what little armor it does have, it just gets torn to shreds. But really, there is no stopping that clump of enemies there. But El Haluf is probably one of the, even though it's a big, wide open map in a way, it's probably the most one-dimensional map in the game right now, I feel like. Even more so than other maps that people complain about for being more corridorish. El Haluf is just that one corner, and that one corner only. But here's the hoping that in the next couple patches, things will get back on track here. Which I will be streaming and making videos, of course, for World of Tanks. But if some of you wonder why I'm not streaming World of Warships, unfortunately I cannot right now, since even with vertical synchronization, basically maxing my FPS at 60 instead of 120. Since I do run 120 at times, since my monitor can handle it and my GPU. World of Warships, for whatever reason, at the end and the beginning of each battle, and also in the port, it maxes out my GPU and also my CPU, even with VSync activated, and right now there's not really any fix for it. Of course he stopped right when I was about to shoot at him. And yeah. Alright, let's get out of here. I gotta back up now. Yeah, El Haluf I know has always had issues, but I feel like it's actually gotten worse ever since they kind of retweaked the northwest corner even more. Now, basically even medium, basically everyone can go there now, whereas before it was more just the heavy tanks, tank destroyers, and tanks with gun depression, and at least the mediums and some other people kind of moved around the map a little bit more, but it's really... it's annoying playing it right now. But the game I'm a little bit interested in playing, I believe it's called Overwatch. Whatever, I was actually taking a look at it a couple days ago. The new game from Blizzard, as far as that. Basically it's a first-person shooter that's going to be coming out. Pretty sure at some point I will be popping over to play that as well. I don't know if I'll be streaming it at least to begin with, but that is a game I am kind of interested in. I'm just kind of doing really bad right here in the Tortoise. I should have kind of stuck where that T-54 was in base, but yeah, I'm kind of regretting not staying back there. But I kind of chose it, yeah. Yeah, we know, dude. Just pinging that much usually gets people pissed off. Yeah, I'm doing... My team's doing alright here, but I'm doing very, very poorly. I'm just going to keep actually pushing up to help them in the north. Right now in the south, I'm able to help from here if I need to, but I'd rather continue slowly moving up and turning back to help if they need it. But right now I feel like they have it. We'll kind of pull back here for a second though, just to take a shot at this guy. Or not, he's dead. But again, I am very thankful when my team kind of picks me up when I'm doing bad, especially in a slow tank where I can't really correct my mistake quickly. Alright, so once again he's dead, and I tried to turn around. I just need to ignore the base right now. Alright, let's see if I can get to shooting something here. I'm definitely playing a faster tank after this. If you can't tell, I'm a little bit annoyed at myself for pushing over here and not being able to do anything right now. Yep. Good night, Fairy Groot. Thanks for sticking around and chatting with me. There's somebody I can shoot. I know he's closer, but he can do more damage to me right now. If I can actually hit him. Are you coming over? Just want to hit his turret cheek there, since it's very easy for me to penetrate it. I actually kind of like the videos that World of Tanks, the North American server, does compared to other ones. Of course, the Russian one gives out information first, but I think especially recently the videos they've been doing are kind of funny, the North American ones. Come on, LTTB, spot someone for me. There we go. Thank you very much. And I hit a rock. Yay. God love those rocks.
Enemy armor is hit.
See if I can get another shot here, but I have a feeling this guy popped over here. Might as well close the gap here. Yeah, there's 8 minutes left. That Pat needs to calm down a little bit. I'm still going to have a pretty bad match here, but I just hope we win. If we lose, then I'll be very angry at myself.
Enemy armor destroyed.
So I don't know if anyone has seen it. I saw it from someone linking it on the forum. Sorry, I forget who exactly linked it today in the T110 thread, but World of Warships actually paid, I forget the guys who their YouTube channel. It's basically Let's Players. It's 3 guys who do kind of funny Let's Play videos. Wargaming sponsored them to do a video for World of Warships, and you can blatantly tell these guys have never played World of Warships ever before, and it's cringeworthy to watch. Essentially, they're playing against bots for one, but they're just I couldn't even watch it for more than 3 minutes before turning it off. In any event, though, we did come out with a win here, so I am very glad for that. But as far as that World of Warships video, they started out by saying it was sponsored by Wargaming, since they kind of had to divulge that. They essentially got accounts, media accounts in a way, to where they had everything unlocked. So they're playing tier 10s against bots and PvE and trying to talk about the game, and it's just, it was so bad. They had no idea, basically the difference between shell types or even ships. They couldn't even say Fletcher, they were saying Felcher. Hello, Zephyr. Nice to see you again. But in any event, I'm sure somebody knows their name here. It's basically 3 older guys who play Let's Play videos. So at IS-4 here, I'm going to be pushing down into the town, since it's a little less, like somebody said, mobile than IS-7. IS-7 can actually use its top speed to get right about here quickly. It'll be a little hard in the last couple to get up there, but it is kind of effective using the IS-7 to push across there. I've done it a couple times. IS-4, however, lower top speed, I'm not going to try it. Hello, Ayachuko. I think that's how you pronounce your name. Any event, if anyone has any specific tanks they want me to play, feel free to mention them. I have just about 50 minutes left on tonight's stream. If you did miss it, you can actually rewind if you're watching now, most likely. Otherwise, it will re-upload as a regular video, and I will be releasing regular videos a lot for World of Warships, since I can't stream that right now, throughout the week before next week's streams, which will be Wednesday and Thursday again. Yep, that sounds correct, the Puma. Yeah, that is actually those, remembering that correctly. Yeah, they released one for World of Warships. I believe it was yesterday they released it. I could be wrong now as to when. I just saw the video this morning. But it's well worth to watch it just to see how bad it was. As far as not only on their part, but also Wargaming's. You would think they would kind of get... Because I don't think it's kind of against the rules for me to divulge it, but I used to have a media account with basically a third-party company that worked with Wargaming, and which each little... Oh god. Did not want to see him there. With each little patch and change that meant or came with the game, I got a little kind of media packet. I kind of glanced over everything. You do not see many Foch 155s, so that's why I was a little bit surprised there. They are not the best tank in the world, but when they're kind of hunkered down there, they are a little difficult to push into, especially if you're alone. I have played War Thunder Zephyr, but currently I do not. I basically split all my time between World of Tanks and also World of Warships. But I just really don't like War Thunder. I didn't like the ground forces. I tried to get into it. Same with Armored Warfare. I liked Armored Warfare a little bit better, but I still like World of Tanks the most. Really, I couldn't get into the ground forces, and I'm not exactly that much into aerial combat. So really, That's why I don't really play War Thunder. Unfortunately, I don't have the RU 251. As far as my highest tier light tank, WZ-132, Type 61. I do have the M24 Chaffee, as well as the T-37. I'm just going to swap over here away from that Foch 155. And hopefully he kind of... Oh, he's on the move. I was going to say, hopefully he stays there, but he ended up moving. Since I do have a heat round, I can go right through him. Yeah, I can play the Tog. I'm not exactly sure if I can do exactly what you're asking me to, but I can play the Tog too. Alright, I just want to get... I want to get him out. I know... I'd say I'm probably going to regret that decision, but in any event... Oh shit. I did not want to... Let's just keep him tracked there. But like I said, I do plan on trying... I'm hoping to get into the beta for it, the new Blizzard game coming out. I'm pretty sure it's called Overwatch. I could be mistaken. It is a FPS, but I want to try that out. And I do plan on hopefully getting into... Even though I don't like Armored Warfare as much as World of Tanks, I do plan on playing it at some point. Okay, buddy. Ooh, he just shot. That's helpful to me. Fortunately... Yep, didn't kill him. In any event, though, I'm going to have a little trouble here with my low HP. But that does help a little bit that they took him out. Alright, so got a T-95 here. We just need to basically get him cornered. I can't exactly push into him. Just maybe I might... Yep, I'm going to squeak by here. So at least I'll get him turned for my team. Just waiting. There we go. Alright, so their whole team is kind of sitting back there. Our E3 is probably taking a beating. Can I hit him? I'm just holding out for a second here. Nope. Seeing if I can get kind of lucky there. Well, I'm just going to kind of hug this little ridge line here along the road. Yeah, sitting back will not do us any good now. We either need to cap or we need to go back to base, guys. Unfortunately, they kind of hesitated a little bit. That's going to be a pretty big mistake there. I don't know what he was talking about. I did not stop at all. Yep, I was definitely worried about artillery. And I'm dead. Not much I could have did there. Oh well. In any event, it looks like we're probably going to end up losing that, though. Alright, so someone mentioned TOG 2. In any event, hello Dark Wolf. I am going to try to just finish the night out solo. Just so I can get as many battles in as I can. Haven't really been up for platooning recently. It's not against anybody. It's just really almost all my battles come solo. I do enjoy platooning with a bunch of people, but just for whatever reason, past couple days I haven't really felt like platoon. I kind of like playing solo at times, but potentially next week, one of my streams, I'll kind of open it up to where if anybody wants a platoon, I will gladly platoon with anybody on the stream. As far as voice comms, though, that's a little bit difficult. Where, as far as me streaming and also voice-wise, it might be hard to set that up. But I can definitely platoon with anybody interested next week. It'll either be Wednesday or Thursday. Most likely it'll probably be the Thursday stream now.
Time to roll out.
Part of the problem, as you see that guy asked why a unicorn is playing a TOG, like, I really wish that XVM and the whole stat thing would go away. It's just, to me it's annoying, and it kind of detracts from the game. But hopefully that's something, with Wargaming finally starting to listen to the player base, they're going to be able to touch on there. Yeah, I thought about going with the other TOG. Really, I'm heading over to this side primarily because I think there will be more enemies over here. Going in through the valley like that guy's doing, a little bit of a problem for the TOG because that's all kind of soft ground there, and terrain resistant is pretty much next to nothing for the TOG once you're in there. Or not next to nothing. Basically, you're not going to be able to turn or move, so as slow as the TOG is, pushing through the valley is not the smartest move because you're going to be going even slower. In any event, though, my team kind of froze here, so I'm kind of glad I'm heading over here, so at least I can push up somewhat into the town and kind of be on the front lines and hopefully tank a little bit of damage. Alright, Mr. Chaffee. It'd be nice if I can get you off of him. I don't want to push too far into the town. I just want to move far enough in to where I can get support, but also we don't exactly get pinned outside of the town. Oh, Mr. Cromwell B, and I missed you.
Hit. Enemy armor is hit. Crack hit.
Yeah, I got freaking artillery hitting me, so I've got to unfortunately move up here. I just don't want to push too far to where I get into too much trouble. But he's trying to flank me. That's not as easy as it looks in a TOG. I will just pop out here to get this KV-1 down because my gun's a lot better than his. Come on. One more shot and kill him. We can do it, we can do it. I am gonna end up dying here, no doubt. I actually think I kinda helped him there. Yep, I'm dead. But yeah, unfortunately, you never want to stop up here. Once you give up this little road here, it's all downhill from there as far as there's just no cover to sit back in the A and B line. But not much you can do there. Unfortunately, you do have to worry about, even if you have a tier 10 matchmaking. So why don't I get a 183 game in since I have not played one yet tonight. Got about 37 minutes left, it looks like. I'll try to pop into a high tier tank or light tank since somebody mentioned RU-251. Maybe I'll play the Type 61 or the WZ-132. Alright, so not exactly the best map in the world for this, especially with 2 artillery. I'm probably going to end up over on this side. Or, come to think of it, I'll take my chances over here. I just need to get down into the gully.
Time to roll out.
And once again, another comment in the chat, deriving from XVM. Gotta love it. I just remember when I first started the game, and you could still check people's stats as far as joining clans and doing team battles and such, but as far as knowing each and every battle, that thing wasn't really around, and the game was a less toxic environment. Alright, so unfortunately I'm gonna probably get shot here if that Leopard one pops out again. Yeah. KV2s tear apart TOG 2s. I just wish the TOG had a little bit more armor. Not a lot, just maybe 20 more millimeters would do the tank some wonders. Okay, so I'm just gonna set up here, hopefully. Or actually, I'm gonna move back just a hair because artillery is probably zoning in on me. Unfortunately, once again, our team's kind of hanging back just a hair too far. It's probably gonna come back to bite us. Whew, we both kind of backed off there. Alright, let's see if the change here does me a little bit good. No. He's still being hesitant, which I would be too. Yep, that hurt a little bit. Here's the hope in the M56. It's not aiming at me. But yeah, unfortunately, I could have went to the other side. I'd be doing a lot better over there. I thought that we'd have a little bit more action here down in the little gully, but did I think I was going to get direct hit by a T-92? No. But I don't exactly trust my team to push with me if I try to push. So that's kind of out of the question here. Okay, now our team's starting to falter a little bit.
Damage them.
Whew, I will admit that was pure luck. That guy is probably a little angry. I would be too. But yeah, the 183, I don't have very good luck with it anymore. Alright. I'm dead.
We had it. Everybody out.
That was a nice little heat round from that M60, but I probably would have did that too to just get me out of the match. Alright, so let's play a normal tank. Since I've been playing a lot of tanks that are heavily reliant upon luck here. Or shit, I wanted to... Yep, sorry if someone was waiting for that light tank. Completely forgot about that. E75 here, though. Once again, Sand River Assault. I like Sand River Assault, but it would be nice if they would kind of add some more maps into Assault and Encounter mode. Seeing as there's only one artillery, I'm probably going to end up over here and see how that works out. There's a crap ton of mediums on the enemy team. I'm probably just going to end up hunkering down over there. If I don't head over here, though, pretty much it'll be easy for them to push in, if they do end up pushing over here with just medium tanks. Not that they have really that many heavy tanks, really it's just their IS-6 and KV-4. See if I can... There we go. Let's get that nice little hit off first, and now I'm going to set up. Yep, I agree with you completely, Zach. But I just hope they go kind of like World of Warships, where players can choose to hide their stats, and it breaks XVM, since there is XVM in World of Warships now. Alright, Panzer, I don't want to take your spot completely and get you mad at me, but I'm taking your spot. So why don't we get a shot in this IS-6 here, since that Centurion backed off a little bit. Yeah, I should have aimed a little bit more to the left there. That was definitely on my end for that bounce. Let's try this again. Alright, so artillery took a shot at us. Luckily he missed. That would have stung a little bit. Come on, just stay right there, Centurion. There we go. Once we get him out, I'm not terribly afraid about pushing. That helped. That definitely helped a little bit that he dove down there. SPG just shot again. I'd like to get a hit on this guy, but he's doing a semi-decent job at staying out of my sight. Alright, let's take the gamble. Should be kind of safe, but I just want to wrap up this Carnivar and this PZ-58. Then I'll be able to just push straight through the middle. Really, there was only the Centurion MK7 I was very concerned about, since he has a really good gun on him. Do it to be worried about this T-49 now, and his derp gun. Don't want him to get a shot on my side armor. Completely flat. I'll let them deal with artillery. I'd rather go for the more meatier targets here. Since we're defending, it's not like I have a flag to really go cap. Maybe I can get a ram in here. Since I failed with my KV-5 earlier. There we go. I love ram kills. So we didn't spot the Persian, but I'm just gonna take my chances. Ah, there he is. Might as well gain a little bit of ground here. Whoops. I missed my chance there. Don't know if he loaded in late or what, but a little bit weird that he was all the way back there, never seen for that long. I guess he was just afraid he was going to get his tank scratched up, which unfortunately for assault, if you're on attack, either you have to run the timeout or your team has to win. I'll hop into the WZ-132 next though. I played a little bit conservative that match for the E75, but really I was just trying to play not to make any mistakes. But all in all, Mastery Badge 2nd class there. Still got the most amount of damage in the match, just barely. Nearly 3,200. Blocked a little bit, spotted for a little bit, but really just preventing people from getting around my flanks. Yep, thanks, Zach. And really in a match like that where you're the only tier 9 on your team and enemy's tier 9 gets knocked out semi-early, as long as you don't get focused on by a ton of arty, you do pretty well in the E75. Alright, so for a scout tank, not exactly the best matchup here. I was hoping for something a little bit more wide open, but I guess I'm going to be sticking down here in the bottom. I have just about 25 minutes left, so if there's any specific tanks anybody wants me to play, feel free to mention them, or if there's any more questions about 9.14 test server or anything, I'll do my best to answer them. I don't particularly like this map if I'm on a light tank, unless I'm like top tier, but high tiers lights are always at a disadvantage even if they are top tier. Alright, don't know exactly what enemies are going to be over here, but I'm going to take a little bit of a gamble and push up this way. Okay. Oh shit. That was a bad shot. And now I am seen. And don't think he's going to reload in time. Might as well get some damage off on a better tank than me when I have the chance. Oop, that's not good. SU-122-44. I'm going to have to tactical retreat here. Don't particularly want to go up that way. We're actually doing pretty badly over there. Unfortunately, I don't have the RMHTD. Zach, sorry about that. Yeah, since our team's kind of melding, we'll try to do something a little differently. Just move over and hopefully this SU doesn't catch me, but I'm not too confident in doing this. Ooh. That wasn't very smart on my part either, but hey, I got a little bit more damage in on him. Unaware if he's aiming at me or not. Oh shit. Let's just get you out of the way, Comet. Please don't shoot me. I knew that was coming, but it was inevitable. If I pushed up, I'm dead. If I push south, I'm dead. If I sat there, I'm dead. In any event, though, RMH or RHMTD. Unfortunately, I don't have that. But as far as kind of a high alpha, lightly armored tank destroyer, I don't exactly have one. For tier 8, I do have the T-28 prototype, which I guess not exactly like it, but I'll play that since I play a lot of the T-110E3 and T-110E4. For those of you who weren't around earlier in the match, or stream, excuse me there, I was on the test server. The T-28 prototype is getting an HD upgrade. It's going to be getting a roof. It's no longer going to be open topped. So it will have a roof to protect it from SPG fire mainly. And it will have 2 cupolas on top, so they will be somewhat viable weak spots against the T-28 prototype now.
Let's go.
Alright, so I'm just going to stick over here, to be honest. My gun would be somewhat useful over on the other side, but if I can push pretty hard here without getting flanked, as long as if I have at least 2 helpers here, looks like I'm only going to get the LTTB. I might get the super person with me too, that would be great. But being a tier 8 match, I can be a little more aggressive in this. I just have to, like I said, prevent myself from getting flanked here. Trying to get over to help you, but you were a little bit too aggressive there. And one more, yep, you're dead. But at least we're going to get him out. But unfortunately, he was a little bit, a little too antsy there. Alright, that guy's mad. I don't know why. They lost 2 tanks, that's it. That should make him a little more angry. I kind of get this entire flank's open, but still, kind of cursing at your team never really helps in situations like that. Thank you, A44, for knocking down some of that cover. Unfortunately, you're in my way. And here we go. They should get him out here. Or not. They got him out, but I would have liked to get the kill there. T-28 prototype. Definitely a great tank. It gets struggles. Its armor is only really good against tier 8. Once you start facing tier 9s, they can kind of punch through your armor somewhat reliably. Tier 10s, you have no armor whatsoever. But the gun is complete overkill for a tier 8 tank. But that's really its main asset. Armor-wise, you don't want to rely upon it too much unless you're just against tier 8s and lower tier tanks. Alright, no. But unfortunately, it is a little slow. So, in times like this where your team's kind of on a roll, you can't exactly keep up too well. I'm going to try to get another shot in at some point, but let's see if that ends up happening here. Everyone's kind of just melting before I can get to them. I probably should have just set on the cat, but yeah, it's a little bit too late for that. Only if it was on a test server, Zach. I won't do that on my normal account. Only because I wouldn't expect anybody, unless we definitely had to win, but wouldn't expect anybody on my team to do that. So that's why I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, thanks for going right in front of them. But all in all, pretty quick and easy win here for us. Didn't even take 5 minutes there. So I got about 16 minutes left. I'll try to fit 2 more battles in. But overall, I'm going to hop into the E3 here since I haven't played that tonight. Alright, Siegfried Lion Assault. Holy crap. A platoon of 3 Jagdpanzer E-100s. Yeah, most likely these 3 guys here, they're going to spawn in the upper half of the map. It's not guaranteed, but usually I find larger tanks and tank destroyers spawn up there.
Let's go.
So I'm going to try to get into... I just need to change my route a little bit. I'm going to try to get into this little gully here to begin with, especially since there are no SPGs. That'll allow me to hide my lower glacis somewhat effectively, use my gun depression, and hopefully not get destroyed by those giant tank destroyers. Which they actually been talking about kind of changing the Jagdpanther E-100 somewhat by lowering its alpha a bit and increasing its gun stats and rate of fire. Some people might see it as a nerf, but they're probably going to end up buffing it in the future by doing that. I don't know what they're going to do with the 183mm if they're trying to take away high alpha guns, but they were talking about revamping the HESH mechanics a bit, so that might factor into it, where I believe they're going to turn HESH into something that's going to do a little less damage than it currently does. In return, though, it's going to be able to cause a higher amount of crew damage. So you might be able to knock entire crews out a lot easier than you currently can. he's aiming exactly at me, so that's why I was kind of holding off for a second there. It's not a good shot there on anybody, except for the 704 here.
Penetration.
Alright, so unfortunately we're going to get potentially flanked here, so I need to turn around because the more pressing matter is out over here. Alright. Let's just set up my shot here. Yeah, no real good shot there, unfortunately. And I've got myself into a little bit of a pickle here now. So I've actually got to pull back. Sorry, T-30. Just got to pull back before we do end up getting pushed on. Be nice if this guy would pull back with me, but can't force him to do anything.
Track hit.
Or, you know, be nice for our team to help us out. Not that we have too much team left. Doesn't help that I just missed that shot too. And my loader's out.
We fixed the track. Get going. Our rangefinder took a hit. We can only shoot close targets.
Okay. That kind of sucks there.
Optics repaired.
Hello, T-62A. Goodbye, T-62A. This guy's just able to shoot right before I reload. Whew. Really bad luck there for me. Let's see if I can get him here. Yay, I actually damaged him. If I had my loader, this would be a completely different story here. Alright, is he actually going to try that side? Yes, he is. I will gladly allow him to try that side. Yep, see you, Zach. Thanks for sticking around. Alright, got that guy out there. Unfortunately, the rest of my team's not doing too well here. Fortunately, without my loader, this a little bit of a problem for me right now. Yep, and I'm dead. I was taking a little bit of a risk there with the T-30 since he can penetrate a lot of my armor once I showed my lower hull, but in any event, really it was sink or swim there. I needed to get him out since I was losing my loader there. In any event, we did win the Himmelsdorf match and the WZ-132. A little surprise there. I did get a decent amount of damage off, but all in all, not the best match in the world. But not the best map in the world for that tank. Alright, so I probably have one more battle in for tonight. So why don't I hop into the mouse here. But this will most likely be my last battle for tonight. If for whatever reason you missed some of the stream and you'd like to watch it, especially the first hour where I was on the 9.14 test server, feel free to check back tomorrow morning, Eastern Standard Time. It'll be up in 720p and 1080p. Otherwise, usually about 2-3 hours most after the stream ends, it re-uploads. It's just at a lower quality until it reprocesses into HD. This seems very familiar from last night. Same map, same tank here, and I actually ended up doing a little well here. In any event, though, let's see. I guess I'm gonna head to the center since that worked out yesterday. Feel free to subscribe here on YouTube if you enjoy my videos. I'll be releasing World of Warships and also World of Tanks videos in between my live streams. My next live stream is Wednesday, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then next Thursday as well. You can also fan fund me in the upper right hand corner of most of my videos. Pretty easy if you would like to do that and support me. Otherwise, feel free to check out my websites, wattguru.com and also menzgaming.com. I'm always glad when people end up sharing my content around on the forums and such. I am a one-man team, so unfortunately I'm either doing videos like this or making guides or trying to interact on the forums. Yeah, we kind of completely abandoned the north there. I definitely was not going to go up there alone. Hi. And I missed you. Ooh, Mr. Tiger.
Sie kann jeden Moment reißen. Wir haben sie nicht mal angekratzt.
Alright, that hurt a little bit.
Hauptgeschütz getroffen. Verlos.
Alright, so since I'm not really going to get anywhere here, I have a feeling I'm going to be better use going back to my base. Whew. That guy just got smacked by an SPG. I do need to get up a little bit. Unfortunately, artillery is going to have a better shot on me. But if I'm down here, I'm not really going to be very effective against anybody that's near our flag. Kind of got myself into this little mess here, but hopefully I'll be able to get myself out of it. Not like that, though. Unfortunately, the mouse does not exactly have the best penetration nor accuracy to go along with it. So I'm going to try to aim in a little bit here for a second, though. That helps. Somebody please kill that Type 61. That would be very, very, very nice. Not that it's probably going to happen. Just trying to push here, but I don't know why I am since they're not capping now. That helps me out a little. Alright, Mr. Type 61. It's time for you to go away. And now my engine's out. And I'm dead from the Centurion Action X. Alrighty now. Well, at least I took a little bit of damage from my team. Hopefully they can come back since we do have a slight advantage right now. But that remains to be seen. But since I have a couple minutes here, I will hop into one more battle. I'll play a lower tier battle though. Yeah, we did end up losing Siegfried Line here. Yeah, a little unfortunate there. Oh yeah, I get Panzer E100 did a good job. I came in second place with 3,800. Blocked a little bit, still made a little bit of credits. But since I'm running out of time here, I'll just hop into M24 Chaffee and end the stream out with this. Ooh, got a highway match. Probably gonna end up going upper left-hand corner in this. There we go. Be nice if some of our mediums would push up here.
Let's go.
Let's go, let's go. Gotta get up there as quick as I can. Yep, thanks, Grogs. I try to be as polite as I can while playing this game. Nice chatting with you too. I enjoy chatting with everybody and answering questions and trying the best to help out. I just hope I don't get caught up here alone. Everyone usually just slams the brakes on at E1. Especially against that guy. Ooh, watch out, T-34. Try to help you out here, buddy. Get yourself in a little bit of trouble. Can't believe I'm sniping in a Chaffee against another Chaffee. Okay, Mr. T1. I thought he was gonna continue to try to push on me. He is. I will gladly kill him here, or let him get killed. Yeah, I noticed a lot of streamers, like you said, I don't know why people watch people like that, but I guess being polite and how I stream isn't for everybody, but particularly I play World of Tanks. I play it for fun. While I am pretty good at the game, I don't take it too seriously, even though it is kind of like a second job to me. Or not kind of, it is a second job to me. But yeah, some people just take it way too seriously, and I don't get why people always have to be kind of up in arms at each other's throats. So I don't have too much support here. I gotta be... Ooh, crap. It was kind of like I was on a skateboard there trying to do a kickflip or something. I was trying to slow myself down since I saw that. I always forget about that frickin' bump way too late. Just want to get myself into the little gully here, but... Here we go. At least I have a little bush in between. Oop, never mind. Chaffee's coming at me here. That didn't help. That didn't help that I did not aim right. Oh god, I am not doing good.
That one didn't go
Really? I bounced?
Penetration.
There we go. I actually hit him there. Oh god, I was getting a little scared there. I'm fairly sure the Hellcat is back here. Yes, he is.
Penetration.
Fortunately for him,
Enemy armor is hit.
I've got a decent gun on me here.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Very nice if artillery could help me out here, but I'm not too hopeful.
Penetration.
Let's keep pushing on me, Mr. Hellcat.
Penetration.
Ah, god damn it. I thought I would have squeaked by, but he had just enough gun depression to get me there, but still ended up being a win. Yeah, it's like World of Tanks, like the whole people being so stat obsessed. It's kind of sad it ended up like this way. I don't really get it either. Like I've done upper level clan wars. I've done tournaments, taken the game really seriously, and even then, you gotta play for fun. Like, it's not that big of a deal. It's a game. If you don't play a game for fun, then like, what's the point? That's kind of the definition of a game. But in any event, thanks everyone for watching here. Once again, another pretty fun stream here. Did decently. Could have did a little bit better in some matches, but all in all, decent game for a Chaffee to end the night. Again, thanks for watching. I'll be streaming next week, Wednesday and Thursday, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Otherwise, in between now and then, feel free to subscribe on YouTube here. And I'll be releasing standard videos of World of Warships and also possibly one or two World of Tanks ones. And once again, I do have two websites, wattguru.com for World of Tanks and menzgaming.com for World of Warships. In any event, thanks everyone for chatting with me and sticking around, and I'll see you guys hopefully again next week. Good night.